The offshore industry depends on support vessels for supplies and services. But where ships operate close to offshore installations, there's a risk of collision. Ships have become larger and more powerful over the years, and this leads to an increased reliance on collision prevention measures, requiring a greater understanding of the risks, controls, and communication by all involved on both installations and vessels. We can reduce that vulnerability by observing recognised techniques, industry best practice, and key safety control measures. Here's an example of a routine marine operation that takes place on any offshore asset. Control measures to prevent the incident were available but were not fully utilised. This resulted in an installation being evacuated and production halted for several weeks. A supply boat that was unfamiliar with this installation was scheduled to undertake marine operations. As the vessel approached the 500-metre zone, the vessel bridge informed the control room operator, the CRO, that pre-entry checks had been completed and the CRO granted permission to enter. The CRO was preoccupied with another work scope and did not monitor the vessel's approach nor relay information that the vessel was approaching. On entering the 500-metre zone, the vessel approached the platform directly and at excessive speed. It didn't stop at approximately 200 metres off the platform to complete its setup and assess how the vessel was holding position with the weather and tide conditions. No one on the vessel or installation raised concerns about the speed and approach angle of the vessel. During the final setup alongside, the ship's master lost control due to errors in the setting up of the propulsion system. The vessel impacted with an exposed riser, damaging the vessel, platform leg and riser. There was no immediate hydrocarbon release. However, the installation GPA, the General Platform Alarm, was activated and all personnel mustered. The platform was shut down and blown down. Non-essential staff were evacuated until the damage was assessed. It was several weeks before the installation returned to normal operations. Now let's see the incident again, with the safety controls in place and observed. The offshore installation manager, the OIM, or a delegate, is ultimately responsible for all marine operations within the 500-metre zone and appointing a marine responsible person. This person ensures marine operations are conducted in accordance with industry and company guidelines. Prior to entering the 500-metre zone, the ship's master, the CRO, and the marine responsible person carried out defined pre-entry checks and discussed operational requirements and installation-specific risks as detailed on the data card. The CRO then granted the ship permission to enter the 500-metre zone and proceed to the set-up position at approximately 200 metres. The CRO advised the marine responsible person that the ship was approaching, and the PA announcement was made that the supply vessel was coming alongside. The marine responsible person was in communications and monitored the vessel during the approach. The vessel stopped at approximately 200 metres off the installation to ensure that it was fully operational and capable of holding position prior to starting its final approach. It was during these final checks an issue with the propulsion system was identified. The vessel informed the CRO that it was leaving the 500-metre zone to further assess the problem. Once the issue was resolved, the vessel and installation completed the pre-entry checks again. 500 metres and 200-metre checks were successfully carried out and communicated, and the vessel operations commenced under the oversight of the marine responsible person. Nearly all incidents are caused by failures in one or more of the following areas: complacency, control of work, culture, competency, change management, communication, and commitment.